Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another Chart Nerd TA video. This morning, we're going to be diving into DMTR against USDT. I was recommended this project by a friend of mine. We've spoke about it a few times in our crypto group chat. And I believe it's all to do with the agricultural side of the crypto space. So do your own research. I am the chart guy. This is not financial advice and is all for educational and entertainment purposes only. Spit it out. Let's dive into the chart on the weekly time frame. Now, before I get into anything, I think for the last couple of years, a lot of altcoins have sort of been in this accumulation range or a base foundation range where they've entered the bear market. They lowballed out. A lot of them lowballed out in 2022, and they've just been trying to find a footing to get through the door, right? And right now, there's a lot of, I'm seeing very similar bottoming out structures on a lot of projects. So this one here, for example, on DMTR, you can see that we had this key level of resistance that lasted for a couple of years. Where did we start? We lost the support here, ran in it and confirmed it as resistance back in May 2022. So a couple of years, very strong resistance. And again, just to get those resistance points on for us. So we got 1, 2, and then on the third point of contact, this is where we actually had the breakout for DMTR on the third point of contact. And what this is, again, you can see from here, if I get this ascending support in, is a massive ascending triangle where you had the low, you came up to a level of resistance, you came back for a higher low, and then on the third point, you broke out of this key level of resistance. So what you like to see on ascending triangles is at least 2 to 3 touch points on each trend line before the breakout. So we had 2 points of contact on the ascending support trend line, and we had 3 on the third point of contact. This was the decision to say, hey, I'm getting out of here, and it just smashed through it. So very, very good price action, very good structure, very, very good structure. Because again, with a lot of altcoins that I'm seeing this with as well, there is a lot of higher lows and higher highs playing out. So from the low ball low here, you came up to the key resistance, you came in and put a higher low here, and now you've got a higher high. So you can see that from these lows, you are literally working in good bullish structure. This is what you want to see. Again, I say in all my videos to flip the switch and say, okay, we're entering this pressure of this downward bear market, and right now we're looking to start making our moves back up towards these previous all-time highs in 2021. So what I'm looking for here, just to get the ascending triangle back on for us. Now I'm going way too far ahead. Just to get the ascending triangle back on. Where are we? Just roughly. Now, again, very similar to Velo. Velo has a similar pattern where it lowballed out, came up to a key level of resistance, came back for support, and it's broken out. I'm seeing this in a lot of altcoins, a lot of them. So it's showing that, okay, it's not just 1 or 2. There's a broad aspect of altcoins that are building foundational bases and are breaking out of their key resistance points. So this is definitely a project to keep your eye on. I'm going to give you some targets, and I'm going to keep this short, sweet, and simple. Again, a lot of it is just support and resistance. Don't overcomplicate your charts. Look for resistance points. Look for support points, okay? Again, so this was our key resistance for a couple of years. We came up to it in March this year, broke out. We've ran up to a previous level of resistance. Okay, so all you should do from a downtrend, when you're starting to retrace back up, once you've broken out of key points of resistance, look to the left and look for your next point. And you can see here, back in April 2022, we came down for a couple of weeks, hit our heads on resistance and got shafted. So it doesn't surprise me that we've come back around, we've tackled the first point of key resistance, and now we've ran up to the next point of resistance. It's all support and resistance on the way down and on the way up. So right now, we could initially say, okay, we've had this impulsive move. We've broke through the key resistance level we needed to break. And right now, we're in this range. And we're pulling back for a level of support. Now, where could that support be? Well, right now, off of this impulsive move, I think we're in some sort of flag here, pulling back to the previous resistance point and looking to turn it as support. So right now, it wouldn't surprise me if we see a retest of this local high, this previous resistance, and look to confirm it as support for the continuation. And that sits at 0.0980. And all you've done is you've come up impulsively, correctively, impulsively. Right now you're coming back correctively, looking for the continuation of the trend. It's that simple. It's support and resistance. Now, funny enough, to get some more confluence for this low being the potential low on this high here, this previous high, We get an all-time high, a fib on, sorry. We get a fib from this local high, going back down to our last sort of small accumulation range where we came up, we accumulated for a few months and then broke out. Okay, so retracing back to this low from this high, you can see that the 050 sits also just underneath this support line. In fact, I believe the 050 ties up very closely with these candle closes. Okay, and that's at a price of 0.085. So this could be an indicator saying, okay, we've had this impulsive move. Right now we're coming in for this flag correction, back to the 050, back to the previous high for support, and then we're going to break out. I think it's literally that simple. Again, don't overcomplicate things in your charts. Do not overcomplicate things. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated. Okay, it's simple support and resistance. So right now, my overall outtake for this project is we are flagging. We are in a flag looking to come back to hold support on this previous high for continuation of the trend. Now, failing to hold this previous resistance as support now, if we come back even lower, again, I would just look for this ascending level of support to be your next safety net, because again, each time it's come back down here from its low in 2022, it's always had some sort of relief. Okay, so back here, relief, came back to a second point, relief. It wouldn't surprise me if we retraced any deeper than this high. It would put a lot of fear in people, but you'd still be in this, I think you'd still be in this sort of flag, coming back to the ascending support and then getting your breakout. So two scenarios there, either coming back to the 050 and this previous high, but if this high gets swept, again, we sweep this high and confirm it as resistance, I would just look for this ascending support line for your next entry point. And then at that point, you're getting squeezed into this compression zone of the last few months of the ascending triangle. And we know what compression leads to expansion. So again, not financial advice, guys. It's all for educational and entertainment purposes only, as I say in every video. But this project does look very, very promising. Very, very, very promising. Now, if I'm to get a target on where I think this project could go, it's pretty simple. We're in this really large ascending triangle. We've broken out. We're looking for the back test. If we get the confirmation of support for the continuation of the trend, what we do is we measure the neckline of the ascending triangle down to the low. Now we've broken where you've broken out, you can measure your target, and your target sits back up at the all-time high. And these last couple of weeks where we actually met our first point of resistance, back here in September 2021, where you came up, met resistance, confirmed it as resistance, and got shafted for a couple of years. So right now, all it's doing, again, what goes down must start to work its way back up again, guys. And again, during the alt season, near enough every single coin it rallies, has insane moves. So I really wouldn't sleep on this project, guys. I don't know enough about it to go into the depths and details, but looking at it on the charts, from current price, this is a potential 25x move. And if you wait, and if we're lucky and we do come back to this neckline here, it's an even larger move of around about 35x, or 3,500%. So it's all about this little range right here. It's all about what happens in this bit of price action. Again, if we lose the support and confirm it as resistance, look for the ascending support, guys, okay? And if we start losing this and both of these supports, things aren't looking the best and we're coming for a deeper retracement, but I'll analyze that as it goes on. So for me, yes, I do think that this is the initial target. Again, don't overcomplicate support and resistance. It is just that simple. The macro picture. Zoom out when in doubt. It's that simple. I hope you enjoyed the content, guys, and just to confirm before I go, the price ranges we're looking for support are between the 0.09 to 0.08 area on these closes of the candles, so 0.08 to 0.09, I should say, sorry. And then failing to hold those, I can't give you an exact price on this ascending trend line because this is a continuously moving and changing price. But I would just look for this support if this 0.09 is lost in this sort of correction here, okay? And then you get your continuation, and I will expect this to, by the end of 2024/2025, to be back up at these highs. It's staring at me in the face. Again, not financial advice, all for educational and entertainment purposes only. I hope you enjoyed the content from Chart Nerd TA. Take care. Peace out.